everybody, how's it going? It's the Daily Shooter, and I'm out here with Cal from Cal-Tac Sewing. Now, I've had one of his belts for the past, actually two of his belts, for the past 4 or 5 weeks now, and I love these belts. These are some of the nicest gun belts that I've used, and that's no joke, and I've had gun belts from several different companies. This one is so nice. Cal actually came out here to the desert to shoot with me today, and I want him to tell you guys a little bit more about his belts and what he does. Cal?
So, whenever the concept of Cal-Tac Sewing came around, from my time in the service, buying equipment that you needed for the job that wasn't supplied, and what I came across was a lot of nice equipment, but that was made in other countries, and that kind of grinded my gears right there. So my goal was to make equipment that's made here in America, not just assembled, but all parts are brought together from American parts to assemble a good piece of product.
Yeah, that's nice.
So the very first place we started at was the buckle. The hard thing to do these days is find a good American-made buckle, but we think we've done that with ADF, who makes the Raptor buckle series. They're just as strong as the other buckles that are made from other countries that are supplied with other belts that are very popular. They disconnect the same, but these ones here are made right here in California, down in Chino Hills. I got a chance to go down there and visit their facility and check it out. Very nice people, quality, and they actually listened to a lot of things that I recommended, and we talked it over. So that was a great beginning right there for an awesome belt. Next we go to the webbing. So again, everything in this belt comes from America. So this webbing I sourced from a company out in Illinois. It's military grade scuba webbing, so it's super stiff. It's resin treated. The black is up to 8,000 pounds strength. The gray and the Marpat brown is 6,000 pounds strength. So that's a breaking strength. I haven't ran personal tests on it, but I'm going to take the company's word for that one. The next thing we're going to deal with after that is the thread. The thread is also a berry compliant, which berry compliant means it has to be made in America. So that's why we only offer a couple different colors, because it's very hard to find color variety that still supports made in the USA.
Right.
So we bring these things together, take them to our house along with the Velcro or hook and loop, because it's not Velcro brand. We bring it together, we take it to the house, and we sew it right up there in my house right now.
Excellent.
So, small mom and pop thing, just sew them up as people order them, and we'll customize it to their size.
You have a lot of different colors?
Right now, basically the Battleship Gray, or Urban Gray as it's commonly referred to. We have the Marpat Brown, which you have on right now, and then the black. So the black is a base layer on this other belt that you had. Right now, and ADF is coming out with more colors right now, because they're coming out with their Gen 2 inch-and-a-half buckle. So the buckle size is determined by the webbing.
Okay.
So that's what determines the buckle size. So I primarily only focus on their 1-inch buckles and their inch-and-a-half buckles. We have a couple of their 2-inch buckles, but that's more of an outside duty belt, and I like mine for everyday carry.
Right.
So I'm used to doing everyday carry. You load your pockets up with everything, and if your pockets don't stay where they're supposed to be, it's useless.
Yeah, and that's actually how I've worn my belt, the one that you sent me. I've been wearing it every single day now, and it's been a really comfortable belt, because and that's kind of a big thing. I got another belt that was from Instagram, a company I'm not going to name, and it had really rough edges around the belt. And so when you would sit down, it would kind of cut into your stomach, and it wasn't a comfortable belt. And that, to me, was kind of a big deal. I don't want to just wear it at the range. I want to go and wear it all around, even if I'm not carrying. It's just a good belt with a strong buckle. And so this has been a really comfortable belt for quite a while now. I'm really, really happy with it so far.
Right. So that was our focus, was to make a good quality piece of equipment that's comfortable to wear, because if it's not comfortable, you're not going to wear it.
Yeah.
And then it's useless anyways, and you've wasted your money on something that sits in the closet waiting for you to use it once a week, maybe once a month.
Got that
closet. So we double up the webbing just purely for stiffness and durability. You'll always see development with us. As better products come out, I want to incorporate those things into our belt, because that's the way you progress and you find new ways to use it. So right now we offer the 1.5-inch and the 1-inch buckle. The 1-inch buckle primarily right now, it will fit through your belt loops, but it's not a quick pull out like a regular belt. I find the 1.5-inch buckle works for me 90% of the time.
Yeah.
The times that I use the 1-inch buckle though is on my gun belt like I have right now.
Right.
The gun belt seems to be really nice because you can take it off, and it's that 2-layered system where it's an underbelt of Velcro that your battle belt will connect to.
Yeah, and I noticed that with that belt, it actually gives you the stiffness that you would use. I see a lot of guys in 3-gun, they're carrying multiple magazines, fully loaded, every single one. They got pistol mags, rifle mags, they got shotgun shell pouches on them. They're running I mean, it's a heavy gear, and I see guys that are running stuff like that, and this is the type of belt that would hold up that kind of weight and still keep it close to the body, because you want the same, you know, the same grab every single time. It's going to be in the same spot every time. It's not going to move left and right, you know, and you're not going to get that exact grab. So having that stiffness of the double, you know, with the hook and loop, that's I love that belt. It's done me really well.
Right, and so that's kind of like what we're doing right here, is because so whenever we go out to the range, I go out to the range as much as possible, you know, and you're not going to carry your equipment with you the entire time on the range, but you still got to keep your pants up. If you double layer a belt with another buckle underneath, it just pinches into you and it gets that discomfort zone, especially if you have a little bit of a protrusion going on there. If you have a protrusion going on over your belly, that's easily going to get pinched in between those buckles.
Yeah, there's a lot of us dads out there.
Yeah, that dad bod.
Yeah.
But I really like it. I've found that it's a lot easier to keep my equipment donned on there, a lot safer, a lot easier. Yeah. You can put it down, and then whenever you pick it back up, it goes right back in, and my pants don't fall down because I have my base belt on.
Right.
So it's a great
it's
deal.
A great belt.
Whenever you're cleaning up brass and doing that bend over, you realize real quick what a belt does for you.
So for the people that are watching right now that might be interested in one of these belts, one of the frustrations that I've had in the past, when, you know, before I learned the industry, was how to properly measure yourself. I even sent you the wrong measurement. So tell me, how should people measure if they're going to go to your website and they're going to order a belt? How should they measure their waist?
So we highly recommend actually using a measuring tape. The very first time I did it, I actually only had my headphones with me. So I wrapped that around, marked it with a black marker, brought it home, measured it on a ruler. That's the best, most accurate way you're going to do it. The things to consider, though, whenever you're doing this is, do you carry inside the waistband or anything in between you and the belt? You need to compensate for that. Now, on all of our belts, we have 4 inches of gain and loss in it. I can adjust that to 5, 6, whatever you request. And it doesn't cost anything extra to get that extra adjustment in there. It's just might have a longer tail. As you lose weight, you'll have a longer tail in your belt. But we like to make it for you. Our motto is for Americans, by Americans. And I can't make it for you unless you let me know, and I will make that thing for you.
Yeah, it's fantastic. All right, guys. Well, hey, we're going to go ahead and do some shooting now. You guys can actually see the belts in action and kind of judge for yourself what you think about them. But I got to tell you, I absolutely love these belts. They've done me really well so far. I've taken them out to the desert on multiple occasions, so I like the belt a lot. Head over to the website. I'll put a link in the description box. What's your website?
Cal-Tac.com.
Thank you very much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Have a great day.